Market maturity less than or equal to 1 year. Regulated RBI for government security, SEBI for corporate issued instrument, government instrument rated G-SEC, long-term marketable debt instrument issued by GO, Government of India to borrow money from market to fund its fiscal deficit, fixed or floating interest rate, coupon debt, paid half yearly, tenor 5 से 40 year, carry sovereign guarantee, zero default risk, making it the safest debt instrument type. Fixed rate bond, floating rate bond, inflation index bond, capital index bond, call put option bond, sovereign green bond, T-bill, maturity less or equal than 1 year, zero coupon, not pay periodic interest, issued at discount and redeemed at face value on maturity, tenor 91 180 to 364 days. CBM, cash management bill, maturity less than 91 days, meet temporary government cash need. SDL, State Development Loan, semi-annual interest, SLR eligible, usable as collateral under LIF and repo. Basant means advances, RBI short-term loan to government, repayable in 3 months, 2% of penal rate over repo if breached. OMA, open operation market operation, RBI sells G-SEC to observe liquidity, buy back to infuse liquidity. Corporate instrument, CD, certificate of deposit, negotiable unsecured money market, issued by SCB or selected AIP, not RRB or LAB, to raise short-term resource 7 days to 1 year, regulated by RBI, minimum 1 lakh, not usable as loan collateral. Commercial paper, short-term unsecured promissory note, a cheaper alternate to bank loan for blue chip company by corporate NBFC, AIFS, maturity 7 days to 1 year, minimum 25 lakh, minimum rating A3. Commercial bill, trade bill or bill of exchange, issued by seller to buyer for goods delivery everywhere, delivered where buyers don't pay immediately, maturity 30 60 90 days. If seller need money, they can approach bank deduct service fee and collect from buyer on maturity. Call money overnight, repaid in 1 day. Notice money 2 से 14, term money beyond 14 days. CBL, collateralized borrowing and lending obligation, intercorporate deposit, unsecured loan, one corporation to another. कैपिटल मार्केट, मेच्योरिटी 1 ईयर से ज़्यादा होगा. रेगुलेशन, RBI, लॉन्ग टर्म गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी, SEBI, लॉन्ग टर्म कॉर्पोरेट डेट. प्राइमरी मार्केट, न्यू सिक्योरिटीज issued, only buying prices fixed by issuer, create financial assets. Secondary market, trade in existing security, buying and selling both, price by demand supply, add liquidity, raising capital. Primary market, public issue, open to all citizens, most broad-based right issue, offer to existing shareholder only. Private placement to select investor group, can those investor India excluding qualified institutional buyer employees. Preferential allotment, listed corporate issues to select entities, QIP, qualified institutional placement, equity convertible security sold to qualified institutional buyer. Type of capital, authorized capital, maximum capital a company can legally issue, issued capital, part of authorized capital actually issued. Subscribed capital, portion investor agreed to take up, paid up capital portion, company has received payment for. Debt versus equity, ownership debt, creditor equity owner, risk or return, debt low risk fixed interest, equity high risk variable dividend. Liquidation claim, debt first claim, equity last claim. Tax, interest is tax deductible, dividend are not. Convertibility, debt can convert to equity, equity cannot convert to debt. Debt market instrument, bond, borrow long-term capital from investors, secured by physical asset like land, lower interest than debenture. Primary issuer or government agency, municipalities, mega corporation, low risk, lowered interest, coupon, first priority. Debenture, borrow long-term capital from investor, unsecured, backed only by the issuer credit worthiness. Primary issue, private corporation, high risk, high interest, paid out only. Secured bond holders are settled in liquidation. Fixed rate bond coupon fixed for all tenor. Floating rate coupon is set periodically. Zero coupon bond, no periodic interest, sold at discount, redeemed at face value. Negative yield bond, maturity value greater होगा परचेज प्राइस ज़्यादा होगा मेच्योरिटी वैल्यू से. आउट फॉर कैपिटल सेफ्टी इन अनसर्टेन टाइम्स. कन्वर्टिबल बॉन्ड कैन कन्वर्ट टू फिक्स्ड इक्विटी शेयर एट प्री सेट प्राइस. परपेचुअल और कंसोल बॉन्ड, नो मेच्योरिटी प्रिंसिपल, नेवर रिटर्न इंटरेस्ट पेड फॉर एवर. बियरर बॉन्ड owned by the whoever hold it, not registered. Or capital index bond, principal linked to inflation index. Index bond, both coupon and principal inflation. Call out or call put option bond. Call issuer can buy back or put investor can sell back before maturity. Masala bond, rupee denominated bond issue outside India. Panda bond, yuan denominated bond issued in China by overseas entity. Green bond, proceed only for green climate project. World Bank first globally, yes Bank first in India. Sovereign gold bond, gold linked 2.5% interest, redeemable in gold after 8 years. Uday bond, issued by reduced discount debt burden. Munni bond, issued by urban local bodies. Bangalore first in India. ETF, exchange traded fund investing in bond. Basket of stock that you can buy and sell on a stock market like a single share. Bharat ETF. Bond price yield interest rate rule. Price versus yield inverse relation. Price versus interest rate inverse. Yield or interest rate direct. Inverted yield curve. Long term yield, short term yield. Bondholder priority, lower risk than a stockholder. Equity market, share equity, unit of company ownership, common share. Voting right, variable dividend. Preferred share may lack voting right. Fixed dividend, priority claim, low risk. Angel investor use their own personal money to fund early stage entrepreneurial. Take equity loan, help business succeed. Smaller investment size, very high risk. Venture capital, manage a pooled fund of other people money to invest in established startup that are ready to scale up rapidly. Profit focused. Derivatives, value derived from underlying asset index rate used for hedging or speculation. Forward contract, a private customized deal between two people to buy or sell. Future contract, exactly like a forward contract but much safer. Call option, right to buy at fixed price. Later if stock price goes up then you make money. Put option, right to sell at fixed price. Option, sell obligated to fulfill contract if buyer exercise. Swap, exchange of cash flow. Warrant, long term option greater than 1 year, issued by company to raise capital. Hedging, it is like an insurance on your investment so that you don't lose money when market price crash. Speculation, purely gambling to make profit from price movement. Arbitrage, buying a stock cheap in one market and instantly selling it for a higher price in another market to pocket the risk-free difference. Regulator, SEBI. MCX, multi commodity exchange, largest commodity exchange in India. Gold, silver, crude. NCDX, national commodity derivative exchange, focus on agri commodities. Government securities market, G sector, double debt instrument by center or state, risk free. Gilt is strip chopping, cutting of bond into separate pieces so interest and final principal are sold individually. Gilt account, a proxy account that lets a small institution buy bond if they don't have access to e-Kuber issuing platform. At RBI auction platform where a big bank bid to buy new government bond. Retail direct scheme, सर इसमें बहुत कुछ अलग लिखे हैं जो हमको नहीं लगता सही है। टाइप ऑफ बॉन्ड फंड में हेज फंड, पूल्ड फंड फॉर अल्ट्रा वेल्दी इन्वेस्टर, म्यूचुअल फंड pulled fund from public professionally managed or SEBI regulated, open-end fund, buy or sell anytime based on that day asset value, closed-end only, can only buy investment unit when the fund launches, ETF, basket of stock that you can buy or sell on the stock market like a single share. CI is collective investment scheme, pool fund for real estate, REIT or InvIT, a small amount investment in real estate or infrastructure. लॉन्ग टर्म 10 से 15 एग्जिट वाया एक्सचेंज सेल, सोशल वेंचर फंड इन्वेस्ट इन सोशली इम्पैक्टफुल बिजनेस, AIF अल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड, लिक्विड AIF बिहेव्स लाइक रिस्की हेज फंड बट फॉलो रिस्ट्रिक्टेड सेफर, सॉवरेन वेल्थ फंड, गवर्नमेंट ओन्ड फंड इन्वेस्टिंग सरप्लस रिजर्व ग्लोबली, सैंटियागो प्रिंसिपल 24 फॉर एंटी गवर्नेंस, ESG फंड इन्वेस्टमेंट इन एनवायरमेंट सोशल और गवर्नेंस कंप्लायंट फर्म, BSR business responsibility and sustainability reporting, depository receipt and foreign investment, depository deals for with how company raise money overseas and how foreign money enters a country, direct tool to buy foreign stock, GDR, global depository receipt negotiable worldwide, issued in Europe, listed on London Stock Exchange, IDR, Indian depository receipt negotiable only in India, IDR Indian depository receipt negotiable only in India, ADR American depository receipt, US certificate letting America trade foreign share on US exchange, FDI controlling ownership in foreign business, invest in physical asset, FBI passive investment in financial asset, FII foreign institutional entity like massive global bank or pension fund, buying equity via stock market, no control, secondary market, FDI route automatic and government, land border restriction, FDI from China type bordering country need government approval, Pakistan Bangladesh citizen barred from FDI, FIFP foreign investment facilitation portal, DPIIT single window FDI clearance, FCCB foreign currency convertible bond, debt convertible to equity counted as FDI only on conversion, NRE deposit, NRE rupee saving account, not direct FDI but can directly add to investment, FDI banned sector, multi brand retail, single brand retail, 100% FDI allowed, multi brand up to 51% FDI, Walmart Flipkart deal 77% stake for QFI qualified foreign investor, a foreign individual or entity allowed to invest in India, SEBI 1988 स्टेचुअरी स्टेटस, SEBI एक्ट 1992, रेगुलेटरी रजिस्ट्रेशन, IPO लिस्टिंग, इंसाइडर ट्रेडिंग, प्रोटेक्टिव इन्वेस्टर डेवलपमेंटल, चेयरमैन श्री तुहिन कांता पांडे, सिक्योरिटी अपीलेट ट्राइब्यूनल हियर्स अपील अगेंस्ट SEBI ऑर्डर, IPF इन्वेस्टर प्रोटेक्शन फंड compensate investor on broke default score, online SEBI complaint redress platform, NISM National Institute for Security Market Investor Education, BRSR core, strict mandatory reporting checklist, short selling, long selling, short selling betting that a company stock price will crash, retail short selling, cash market only, net short selling prohibited by SEBI, IPO private company issue new share first time, OFS offer for sale, promoter sell existing shares, blue chip को large financially strong well established company like Reliance TCS, bullish market rising price investor optimism, bearish market falling price investor losses, circuit breaker halt trading on sharp price index swing, retail investor subscription value greater than less than 2 lakh in securities, low risk government bond, market capitalization, share price into number of share outstanding, broker registered exchange member, trade for client or commission, job or broker specializing in specific security, bonus share, scrip share, free share issued to existing shareholder. Penny stock, extremely cheap price share of tiny company. Curve dealing, informal stock trading outside official exchange hour. Beta of volatility safety was less volatile, greater than 1, more volatile. CDS, credit default swap, a financial insurance policy for corporate debt. If a lender is worried a borrower will default on a loan, they buy a CDS from an insurance provider to protect their cash. Yield curve, line graph mapping out interest payout of various bonds across different maturity. 1 year bond versus 10-year bond.